Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to
Diaz in handcuffs.
Internal investigation. This is after reportedly using a taser to subdue a 91-year-old man during a disturbance. 4 Recorder's Deborah Souverain just getting her hands on the report. She is live right now in Punta Gorda with the latest on this developing story on Fox 4 News at 6. Deborah?
Patrick, that 91-year-old patient was tased Wednesday night at the Brookdale Assisted Living Facility behind me. Now, according to this incident report, the officer questioned if he should use his pepper spray, but he decided his taser was the safest way to get the elderly man in handcuffs. Now, the incident report states that 91-year-old was having a violent outburst, at one point telling the officer who deployed his taser, "Give me your gun and I'll shoot myself." According to the report, Officer Jay Cleaver reportedly used his taser on Diaz after the elderly man attempted to bite another officer at the scene. At the time, the officers were trying to get Diaz in handcuffs, but according to police, Diaz was resisting by laying on his arms. I spoke to a woman who was visiting her mother here at the Brookdale Assisted Living Facility. Here's what she had to say.
Even if they thought he was a threat, what damage can an 87-year-old do, really? Most of them don't have the strength to fight.
According to the incident report, the taser hit Diaz on his left shoulder. He was examined by EMS and released. Punta Gorda police released a statement saying Officer Cleaver's use of a taser on Diaz was outside of department policy and training because of Diaz's age. Now, Police Chief Tom Lewis has asked for an internal investigation into this incident. Live in Punta Gorda, Deborah Souverain, Fox 4, in your corner.
Thank you, Deborah. Just tonight.
Right now, students
Punta Gorda pays $175,000 to family of 91-year-old stunned with taser. By Ann Easker. Staff writer. The city of Punta Gorda recently settled for $175,000 with Ada Petroni, the daughter of an elderly man who died after a Punta Gorda police officer used a taser against him last February while taking him into custody for a Baker Act. Daniel Diaz, 91, was a resident at Brookdale Senior Living at the time of the incident. Suffering from dementia, he became violent at the facility, threatening to hurt staff members and himself. When police were called to the scene, they determined Diaz qualified for a Baker Act, which allows for involuntary treatment of a person who has a mental illness and is likely to harm others and themselves. Diaz refused to comply with orders and resisted handcuffing. When Diaz attempted to bite one officer, the other officer, Justin Cleaver, deployed his taser in order to make Diaz comply. An internal affairs investigation determined Cleaver violated department policies by using his taser on an elderly person. Cleaver served a 12-hour suspension for the violation. After the incident, Diaz was transported to Bayfront Health Punta Gorda, where he was medically cleared. However, according to the family's attorney, the event had a negative impact on his health. A notice of intent to pursue damages was sent to the city on February 23, 2017, accusing the police department of using excessive force. A second letter was sent after Diaz died 2 months later on April 1, 2017. The settlement agreement states the city denies any wrongdoing, but the parties are entering the agreement to avoid the costs of litigation. The city is released from any further responsibility and shielded from any future claims in court, per the settlement terms. City spokesperson Lucia Ross stated only, the city of Punta Gorda and its insurer have reached a settlement agreement with the Diaz estate, and said there was nothing more city officials could say at this time. The attorney representing Petroni could not be reached for comment. Email, aeasker@sun-herald.com.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use, And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also, too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.